Marketing is an important part of any video game development cycle. It's how you let people know that your game exists and what to look forward to with your game. And I feel like Arcane, as much as I tend to enjoy their games, their marketing has always suffered. Their last title was Deathloop. I don't think the marketing for that game was particularly great. And now,
Oh yeah, that was the one where it's like the time thing.
with their upcoming Redfall, I feel the same way. The first trailer that they showed off, I don't know, it was kind of hit or miss. Interesting concepts going on there, but they didn't show enough to really wow us. And then there was a whole situation where they confirmed that the game would be online only, but recently they did allow media to play the game, and those impressions fortunately have been
I'm gonna have to say, guys, again, every game from now on is pretty much gonna be online only. They can say it's because of patching, and I think that's a big reason, but also having games that are online only makes them a lot harder to pirate. Like, that's just how it is.
more positive. Here is a basic summary from Okami Games. The bullet list includes things like strong single-player experience, Arcane's best gunplay yet, many comparisons to Far Cry, great level design that's very immersive, still has Arcane's DNA, working to remove always online requirement, a big plus, no in-game store or microtransactions, so on and so forth. For my part, I'm not fully sold on the game yet, but it has potential. The idea of essentially what is a cooperative hero shooter style gameplay, but with more of an open world single player experience a la Far Cry, where you get to hunt down vampires and combine powers to that end. It could be
cool.
fun. I don't know. I have to get my hands on it. But what doesn't help is a recent gameplay that Arcane released through IGN first, which is...
I love how every game gets really hyped up until people get to see it. And then I think like 9 out of 10 games, after people see what it is, they're like, oh, okay, never mind then.
Is this feature that IGN hosts where they get exclusive access to a game and promote it heavily, and Redfall happens to be the next big featured game for IGN first, except if you look at the likes to dislikes ratio, you'll see a whopping 5.7 thousand dislikes versus only 1.1 thousand likes. So what exactly went wrong? Well, what gameplay IGN showed here is pretty awful. When it comes to marketing, I think there is a spectrum of, like, you can go too far and show gameplay that is really exaggerated and artificial looking.
Does he show the gameplay? Because if not, I'll go watch it right now. He does show it? Okay.
Or that is just clearly fake, whose graphics and gameplay are spruced up and are not representative of the final game. And then on the other end of the spectrum, you can show gameplay that maybe has elements of what we'll see in the final game, but is so poorly shown that it almost does your game a disservice by not showing.
Absolutely. This is what happened with Ashes of Creation, is that as soon as they actually showed gameplay, it hurt the game because the gameplay wasn't on the same level as Elden Ring. And the truth is that pretty much every single game, there is like the ultimate game of that category, and if you are not at or very, very close to that, your game is garbage. So, for example, like if you're playing an FPS game, it's got to be as fluid as COD. If you're playing an action RPG, it's got to be as fluid as Elden Ring. And that's just how it is.
Showing how it's played properly, and that's where this IGN gameplay sits at. A good middle point is just showing us gameplay that definitely looks realistic and achievable, and that is played proficiently. With this Redfall gameplay, man, it is frustrating and painful to watch, and it's a detriment to the game. And this is not me trying to make fun of the person who's playing this game. It's just like if you're IGN and you get exclusive access to gameplay for a game and are going to show that game off, there's a certain responsibility that comes with that to show the game not necessarily in an artificially good light, but in a balanced way where you show gameplay that feels representative of what the majority of players who are playing the game proficiently will experience, so we can get a genuinely good idea for what this game will actually play like. It's frustrating when I want to get a genuine idea for the gameplay, and then the gameplay shown is just something that looks a lot more underwhelming, not because the game itself is that underwhelming, but because the person playing the game just doesn't really seem to be doing...
He must be watching my stream. Yeah, basically what he's saying is that the person doing it plays the way I do.
The gameplay justice. And so I don't know. I wish they would have either re-recorded this gameplay video or just found ways to just make it closer, more representative to how more people will play this game. You'll see what I mean. But before we delve into the gameplay footage, you know what isn't painful and is in fact the complete opposite, offers relief? These earbuds right here, which for how affordable they are really high quality. Bringing us to the sponsor of today's video, Raycon, whose earbuds are as high quality as they are affordable. Raycon is setting out to prove that
these like AirBuds? Or not air? No, that's a dog. AirPods. Like well, it's like the same idea, right?
you don't need to break the bank to get great audio pumped right into your ears in a convenient, portable, and premium form factor. And from my experience, they're definitely into something here. Having used these earbuds at home, on the go, in the gym, you name it, I've been really happy with the crisp, balanced, and bassy audio they produce. Sound quality that's comparable to that of earbuds from other more prominent big tech brands. Beyond that, these earbuds are incredibly feature complete, with the buttons on each side allowing you to control media playback, selection, and volume, activate voice assistant, answer and end calls, turn on sound isolation, and even change.
Holy fuck. That's actually crazy. Like, so you can do all that just with those two buttons? Bro, this is some... this is like a Konami code. Yeah, I feel like I'm putting in a cheat code. What is that?
Between different sound profiles. They're also super comfortable, lightweight, and out of the way by being flush with your ears, with multiple tips to choose from for the perfect fit. For added ease of mind, they're not only water and sweat resistant, but they also offer a whopping 8 hours of playback on a charge, with the charging case offering an additional 32 hours of battery. For all this, Raycons are so affordable you can buy a second pair and still pay less compared to big tech brands' offerings. And you can...
What they mean by big tech brands' offerings is Apple.
Get yours now at an even better price point if you click the link in the description box, or go to buyraycon.com/yongya to get 15% off your Raycon purchase. So let me play this 3-minute footage for you guys and react along the way. Here we go.
This game looks okay.
So starting out, you know, it's fine enough, but as the gameplay progresses, you'll see what I mean, why this is so frustrating for people to watch.
Okay.
The amount of running away that the player does. So right here, some shots hit. And then all the different cuts that happen throughout this footage. Yeah, this is... out here is where things start degrading. The player, for some reason, just runs...
Yeah, I mean, at the beginning there, I didn't think that was very bad. I don't know. I mean, like, because... Like, I don't know. It seems fine.
Away from the encounter.
Wait. Okay.
But all right, let's see where the player's headed next. Right here is an enemy.
Okay.
Gets shot. Very low health, but... the player doesn't finish him off, runs away.
Wait, what? So he runs away from the guy he unloaded a full clip on, and then he turns around and runs into a void zone? He runs into an AoE? I think they've got ChatGPT playing this game.
Frantically running around the field. And it's just like hard to figure out what this game is from this footage, you know what I mean? And the marketing of a game should aim to give players a good idea for a game. And then, I mean, a lot of silly mistakes and then just more running away. Low health, I get it, but... okay, heal up, and then... I don't know where that went. It's just running around. Not doing a whole lot. And then... a bunch of cuts... that makes this all more disorienting.
Wait, why didn't you shoot? Wait, where's this going?
When it comes to trying to figure out what's going on.
But he's over there, though. Man, what is there to say?
And then right here, a bunch of shots missed.
Holy shit.
And you can see right here that, oh man.
Bro, he tried to Did he just try to quick skull? He just tried. Bro, this guy's about to phase up.
And you can see
Look
right
at this.
here.
Watch.
Oh man. Yeah.
Okay, I mean, he missed, right? But like, he was trying to.
The boss was at low health, sniper rifle in hand, cuts away.
Yeah.
The boss is still alive, or I don't know if it's a boss, but the tough enemy's still alive.
Uh-huh.
Runs away again, doesn't just finish him
Wait,
off.
did he throw a bomb at his
Throws
friend?
more stuff, kind of.
Why did he do that?
Once again, just fails to finish the enemy off. I don't know,
Why not just shoot him?
Oof. Yeah, that's,
Turn around before he dies. You don't want to just kill him. Oh, there you go. Wow.
The finisher's cool, I guess.
That's good,
But
bro. He killed him.
really, this really was a very disorienting, frustrating gameplay bit to watch. If you look at the not just likes to dislikes ratio, but also the comment section, you'll see that this footage is getting torn apart. Gotta give IGN credit. For
Give your little brother the controller. Oh god. True though. Fucking true. Gaming journalism, ethical journalism, Gamergate is back. Yeah, I see that.
for making any game they play excruciating to watch. Honestly, the fact that IGN chose to show this gameplay perspective instead of anyone else's genuinely makes me wonder how they all compare to this guy.
Yeah.
When you give your little brother a controller, there's no way this is the best footage of this game that they got. Here's somebody highlighting all of the mistakes that they saw. Why are you fighting a
God.
giant boss inside a cramped house? Why are you now running away from the boss and then
Well,
shooting?
I thought fighting him in a house was a good idea because you just kite him around the rooms. You just shoot him until he's fucking dead. Like, you know, a lot of times they have, like, problems with, like, collision and turning. They're going to slow down. Well, you don't, so you can just... I thought that was a good idea. At the beginning, I'm like, wait, what are people upset about? This is smart. But apparently things deteriorated from there. I do have to say, like, this is a special occasion, okay? This one is really, really bad. But the truth is, like, a lot of these people that play these games and have to do reviews for these games, they've got to do like 10 games a day. They're getting their ass worked off. So sometimes they're not going to know what the fuck is going on. Like, I get that. But maybe if you're going to upload something onto the official YouTube channel, find someone who does. You know, like, that's kind of how it is. Yeah.
Ads while your team gets killed? Why are you lock picking a door mid-combat instead of rezzing teammates? Why are you throwing your translocator and then not using it? Why are you sniping an enemy 3 feet in front of you? Why did you take the killing blow when you barely contributed anything? Others are frustrated at just the sheer number of cuts that were featured in this footage. This is a bad showcase. Stop skipping around. Show us the full fight.
Yeah,
And look, I'm
exactly.
not saying that players aren't allowed to make mistakes. That's a part of genuine game.
Well, they're allowed to make mistakes, but they're also allowed to not make mistakes. I mean, so if they, you know, if they wanted to, they could not make mistakes.
Play, but when your whole gameplay presentation is just a sequence of mistakes and you're constantly giving us weirdly placed cuts that doesn't allow us to get a full idea for what happened in this gameplay segment, then yeah, it is just not a good showcase. It just doesn't...
It's like, for me, whenever I play new games, like, you guys know, like, I totally spurg out playing new games. Like, I have such a bad time playing new games. But the reality is that I know that, and if I'm going to make a video about a game, I don't record that and then put it out and say this game is really good or this game is really bad. Like, I give it a few days, I play through it. Like, Remnant is a good example of that. The first day of Remnant was a bad day. That was a bad, bad day. But I played through it, and I learned the game, and that's it. And it was a good game. So Wulong was a shit game. Like, that game was fucking garbage. I'm sorry, it's a garbage game. But the difference is that Remnant was not a garbage game.
Do the job that the video sets out to do. IGN being the biggest gaming news site, you know, when they put out gameplay, you know, it gets seen by a lot more people, and when that's what people see, it's probably gonna make them go, I don't know if this game is for me, which would be unfortunate if Redfall actually turns out to be a lot more fun than what that IGN gameplay shows it off to be. Now, there is other gameplay out there that seems to show Redfall in a better and more accurate light. Here is Colt Eastwood, for example, who tweeted, "Here's the Redfall combat montage I made. The gunplay is actually punchy, movement is swift, and combinations with powers are satisfying. This gameplay definitely just provides a much better impression and a much better feel for how the combat will actually feel like." So this is the footage that this guy shows.
All right, got his ass. Cool.
This looks a lot more fun, the way this is presented.
Yeah. That's cool.
Shows some weapon variety, shows what happens when you're able to, you know, actually hit your target.
Oh, what the fuck?
The kinds of cool things you can do with your powers. The way combat flows as you kill one enemy to the next.
Yeah. Like, that's the difference. Like, that actually looked cool. That first game, I was like, what is this? Is this a joke? You know? But yeah, it looked, night and day difference.
Even more prominent enthusiasts have been expressing similar frustrations, like Tom Henderson here, owner of Insider Gaming, covers a lot of, like, leaks and stuff. He tweeted that IGN first gameplay put me off this game, but this looks a lot better, referring to the Colt Eastwood gameplay montage. If I was a publisher, I probably wouldn't be using IGN first to show a first look at my game again after that. Not sure how that footage got approved, to be honest. I honestly have to lean towards that opinion a little bit of, like, how is this the impression you want to give? And on some level, I think there is an agreement that, look, we're going to cover your game, but you're going to have to let us cover it the way we want. You can't just go in there and nitpick what we can put out there, because then there's a conflict of interest where you're kind of almost like sponsoring at this point if you're telling us exactly how to, you know, cover the game, exactly what we can say and what we can upload. It's like there has to be a level of freedom that a news outlet has to be granted for them to allow to do honest coverage. But at the same time, it's like
I mean, this is a two-way street. I mean, yeah, true, but, like, man, you know, like, it really, like, it probably wouldn't be that hard to hit a few more shots. People remember this? Yeah, it just makes them, and the thing is with IGN, like, fuck the publisher, who cares about them? IGN looks like a bunch of dumbasses. That's the reality. They look like a bunch of idiots. Like, remember that one dude that couldn't fucking do the Cuphead tutorial? Do you guys remember that? And then somebody did a video of a pigeon doing it, and then him doing it, and then they put him on a fucking time trial against each other, and the pigeon won. So, I swear to God, I watched this shit back like 3 years ago. So yeah, of course this is how it happens. Yeah, show us the video, y'all. Oh my God. Oh my God. Look, I'll show you I'm not gonna go through the whole thing, but real quick, okay? Give me a second. Don't worry about that. What is this here? Fucking Cuphead. Tutorial. Pigeon. I don't know how to spell pigeon. And you know what's you know what it's gonna be. Can't read? No, he gonna get it. Oh, look at that. See, that's a pigeon learning. Oh, shit. I forgot this video was so short. I thought it was like 10 minutes. Okay. Oh, man, almost. I mean, for the pigeon, no. Like, this guy's got a ways to go before he figures it out. And the best part is, like, the pigeon wins by a long shot. Like, it's not even close. He made it. How about that? Good for him. Man. So yeah, this is not the first time that we've had this kind of a situation.
Clearly, there is a better way to show the game off than this IGN gameplay where the player is missing a lot of shots, just doing a lot of frantic things, a lot of running around, a lot of just not finishing enemies off, and it's just very unattractive gameplay that I don't feel really represents the game. It's the polar opposite of the again, there's that spectrum that
and it sucks because people will see that gameplay and then think that's the game.
Talked about as the polar opposite of the Anthem style marketing of showing fake, spruced up, beautiful gameplay that isn't actually the game, but just this vertical slice that they build as a presentation, essentially, for them to build the rest of the game around, with that as sort of the goal. And then there's this, where this is actually the game. They're playing a build of the game. It's actual gameplay, but you know, when you're not playing the game proficiently enough to like give us a better idea for the gameplay flow than this footage does, where the gameplay flow looks so off and it's just so cumbersome, like, then that's a problem.
Well, it's not gameplay, it's just play. Like, he's not really playing a game, he's just walking around.
It just really puts down
the
game's true capabilities and potential. It just makes the game seem worse than it is. It is still inaccurate, even if that wasn't the intention. So yeah, hopefully in the future we'll get just better Redfall gameplay. Hopefully Arcane will like upload a match among developers who know what they're doing. 4 players, switch between perspectives. Don't try to like cinematize it. Don't try to add like fake commentary like some live service.
I completely agree with this. The type of games that I like was like the Nintendo guy, where he's like, hey, I making Breath of the Wild 2. And so what we're going to do is I'm going to play the game. So here I am in the game. And as you can see, I'm going to take this stick and I'm going to hit something. See that? Isn't that crazy? Wow, look at that. Let's go over here. Oh, look, I went up there. Isn't that cool? That's crazy. Yeah, you can do that in this game, by the way. What happens if you put a rock on the stick? Yeah, you can do that. There it is. Yeah, it's just it's not some massive fucking production. It's not some MLG montage with fucking Breaking Benjamin in the background. No, it's just, hey, this is the new game. Take a look at it.
Trailers do, where they very meticulously pick out how the gameplay is played, and then they add voiceover in the background of players pretending, or actors pretending to be players who are communicating with each other, which comes off really artificial and awkward. Don't do that. Just play the game and then like upload cool bits of that and you know, show us genuine commentary among players, if that's a thing, genuine communication. Just show us genuine gameplay that looks proficiently played. And that'll give us a good idea. At the end of the day, that's what players want. You know, they just want to know what they're in for when they're considering spending money on a game that they're interested in enough. Or at the very least, that's one man's take. Let me know in the comments below what your thoughts and opinions are on the Redfall gameplay that we've seen so far. And Redfall in general, do you think it has potential? Is it something that you're still interested in? Are you on the fence? Or are you like, this is just not for me? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And to be further updated on all things gaming news, reviews, and discussions, stay tuned right here on Young Yeah. I'll see you guys next time. Young out.
So he's completely right. As someone who has had extensive experience in playing games wrong, whenever I played Wo Long, I finished the game after like 3 or 4 hours, and I said it was complete fucking garbage. And the video went out, it got 500,000 views, and everybody was saying I was a fucking idiot. This is my quantum TV moment. I don't like the game because I'm bad at the game. So I said, okay, fuck you. I'm going to play the entire game. I'm going to beat this entire fucking game. And you're going to see that it sucks. And I sat there and I beat that entire fucking game. I beat every boss without any fucking exploits, without doing some weird leveling technique or some stupid fucking metagame bullshit. I played it without any help. And you know what? It sucked. But I fucking played the game. I finished the fucking game. I beat every boss. It was still a shit game. But it's like at a certain point, sometimes you have to at least know what the fuck is going on. You know? And that's really all there is to it. Yeah, only to stand by your opinion. That's right, because I was right from the beginning. And that's what it is, man. So I don't know really what else to say. It's like there was that. There was, oh man, like how many other games have I had that happen with? Multiple times. Yeah, you were actually right. The game is dead less than a month. Bro, why did anybody think that I would be wrong about that shit? Like, I can't believe anybody, like, people were just so fucking delusional that they thought it was a good game. I told them it was bad. They didn't want to hear it. And guess what? I said, time will prove me right. And you know what? It did. But the fact is that the first time ever I played the fucking game, I could have played a whole lot better, and it still would have sucked. And that's fine. But you can't expect people to watch you suck dick at a game and then think the game sucks dick. Some people are going to think that, and that's what's bad about reviews like this. But there's a lot of other people who are just going to think that you suck. That's it. So, single-player games die after a month, though, even God of War does. Oh, yeah, I'm sure less people play it, but are we really going to pretend like anybody's going to give a fuck about Wo Long in a year? People probably won't even know what it is. It's going to be, but nobody's even going to remember the game. Yeah, like, well, yeah, I mean, for real, like, what are y'all, I mean, come on. And what's this here? They don't die? People just finish the game, which is intended? Yeah. I'll tell you that. I mean, sure, of course, things go down in a single-player game, but I bet you compare that shit to Elden Ring or another single-player game, and it's going to be a whole lot fucking different. But you're right. There is a spectrum there. It's a dead fucking game. It's a bad game. But you know what? I played it and I beat it in order to find that out. I think that the people over at IGN should do the same thing. If you want to accurately and adequately review a game and give feedback on the game, you need to play the game at a high caliber, or at least at a moderate level. Like I've said this before, what do you call it? Wo Long isn't, Elden Ring isn't single player. Bro, you never played Wo Long. Just tell me that you didn't play Wo Long. It's fine. Like, trust me, like, please keep it that way. Yeah, please, please. I played the game. We don't need to go through everything again. Anyway, I'm just wasting my fucking time talking about that shit. The point is that I feel like for a lot of games, like for example, Remnant. How can I play Remnant and then mauled about the game all the time, but then say it's a good game? How does that happen? It's because I know that I'm playing it on the hardest difficulty possible, making it as hard as for myself as possible. So obviously, whenever I do that, I am going to have a completely different experience than a normal person that just logs in and plays the game. Remnant is a great game. Remnants can suck dick if you're playing on the hardest difficulty, you've never played it before, you don't have the weapon upgrades, and you don't know what you're doing. Yes, the difficulty that they create through just adding more mobs inside of fights, absolutely fucking annoying. However, I think that it's still a very good game. So, that's what I think.